What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Kaza the Don. Um, had to make this video after I I took some time, kind of like a weekend off, kind of like a weekend of silence for the very heartbreaking news that we got. Um, it really hit hard because when I found out, I was on my way to work. I was literally about to head out the door, and I was putting on my shoes. I had a little bit of extra time. I was like, you know what? Let me hop on Instagram real quick, see if I need to reply to any messages or something like that. Because I manage my Dragon Ball anime page and a kaiju page as well. So I was just checking my Dragon Ball page and putting my shoes on, about to head out. I look on my page and scroll down like two pictures, and the next thing I see is a picture, with basically the words saying Akira Toriyama has passed away. And I was just, I was just like in total disbelief, because the way his influence has been, upon me with his art and, his projects, his soul creations that he made for people, and that's the thing, it's not even just me, and I don't want the video to make it sound like, this person's death is more important than this person's death or anything like that, because I know some people are kind of just weird like that and want to take it in that direction. But I think, us as fans, I think we, all know like where I'm really, stepping with it and all that. But being 28 years old, I know there's a couple people that are a little bit older than me, so they probably have a little bit more memory and kind of were like around like a year or two before me, doing things and whatnot. But still, nonetheless, we were all kind of same, in that era of like millennial wise, you know what I mean? So being, in that 90s going into 2000s era, that was like what was coming on TV. We were seeing Dragon Ball, we were seeing Yu-Gi-Oh, we were seeing Bleach, we were seeing Yu Yu Hockey Show. But my two top shows that I would come home from school and watch were, of course, Dragon Ball, and then I would switch to Yu-Gi-Oh after, Dragon Ball went off and whatnot. And it was just, the way he kind of had the influence on me, with me even watching Dragon Ball back when I was younger. I was one of the people, and, there's probably a couple other people that fall in the same boat, but, I would look at some of the characters and, just us being kids back then, we weren't, just comprehending things like all the time, or we might miss a part or miss this person's name or whatever. So there would be certain times when I would confuse a lot of the sayings and I'd just be like, okay, I thought this character was this character, and then we would just all get mixed up. We'd see the fusions and I'd be like, okay, who is this dude, like? So and then basically one of my biggest moments, really first seeing Dragon Ball, it was what was it? It was the Slug movie, and then it was the actual anime series, Goku versus Frieza. Of course, the big Namek battle and whatnot. And I had saw other episodes of Dragon Ball before that. Excuse me. But when I had, saw this episode in particular, it was like, okay, shit getting real. You know what I mean? And like, just the way he, made these characters and really had this influence upon, different generations, and, the way his work has really carried out through the decades. Like, there was a time when, they took a break with Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? So, like, the influence of Dragon Ball was still driving through even within the years that it wasn't even coming out. You know what I mean? So that in one way just shows you how powerful his work is and how far his work was really stretching, like, all over the globe. You know what I mean? So, it's not even just me being impacted by this, and that's the main point of this, is like he's touched so many people, as far as, even with me, whether you got influence with him, seeing his characters and you wanted to get in the gym more, or, you wanted to overcome things in life, without being a pushover, or, just being that old self. You saw, like, something new within his work that really influenced you to change something about yourself. He definitely had that type of power with, just the creativity that he had to really spring upon, this different, spark within you. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. It's truly crazy, man. And it's just the moments, when I had heard the news, I just started getting, like, flashbacks of just watching this episode, seeing this movie, seeing this episode, and, seeing it with my friends and stuff. And that's another thing. It, really, it helped build me different, friendships and relationships with people. And, I've met guys, I've met females here and there, who liked anime, that actually liked Dragon Ball, that liked Naruto, and, that world of anime just opened up. But Dragon Ball would always be that main one. Dragon Ball would always be the center of what, everybody knew. So I say that to say this, that, with us right now, if you don't have kids right now, and say you have kids, within the next year or two, whatever, dude, Dragon Ball is going to have a influence even on, like, the future's kids that haven't even been born yet, dude. Like, that's how big this is. Like, that's how big his work is. That's how big his touch was throughout the years that have already passed. You know what I mean? So, he's come out with, his different works of Dr. Slump. Some other people, know him with his character designs with Blue Dragon, and it was something else, Dragon Quest, and, I've seen those other works, and, with Dragon Quest, I've read, I've seen a lot of Dragon Quest, and then I've read a lot of the Dr. Slump stuff, but Dragon Ball was one of the main things that really touched down on me. And I'd have to say one of the main characters that stuck out and felt like I really connected with was Vegeta. And I say that to say this because, if you haven't seen me in person, I'm 5'5", you know what I mean, 5'6" on a good day. And just, there's plenty of guys that are, either the same height as me, a little bit taller than me, or just, like, a good little bit taller than me. And when I, got to see Vegeta more in different transformations, see his growth, as his character-wise within the series, all the way up until Dragon Ball Super, it put, like, a different mentality. It helped me grow a different mentality of, like, damn, like, man, even though I'm short, like, it really don't mean nothing, man. Like, I have no excuse, you know what I mean, to not be on this level, at the same level as this person. The only thing different between us is like this physical attribute. Besides that, you know what I mean? It's all fair game. So, I say that to really, just help other people see that as well. You know what I mean? And that's the whole point of me. I've said it on my social media and whatnot, but I'll say here too. Anime has a lot of relation to real life. The more you think about it, in certain moments, certain situations, there are certain things that are really the same. So it's like, that's just how you have to take it, in some of those small moments sometimes. And, maybe you need a little comparison. And, sometimes those comparisons are common sense because, I tell people anime is not just a cartoon. Like, there's like, actual people dying over like real decisions. You know what I mean? So like, the power behind it itself is already powerful. And then to have the creativity and the works of a man like Akira, put behind it is just a completely different story. So, I mean, yeah, that's really most of what I have to say. I know, a lot of people are hurt by it. My condolences to his family. My thoughts and prayers go out to him. Still, just like when I found out about it, man, I had tears coming down, dude. I was like, damn. Man, it's just crazy. But let me know down below what you guys, what your moments were, and what really helped you see the spark behind his work and whatnot. And I'm gonna get back to the other videos, but just kind of give me a little interaction on this one. Let me see what you guys thought about the news and whatnot. And I'm gonna catch y'all later. All right, peace.